bringing you the latest news, game updates, insights, highlights, and everything Liberty Hockey. This is Rock the Rink, where Liberty Hockey lives.
Welcome back to the Rock the Rink podcast. Thank you for joining us. We have a stacked lineup today. Already 3 guests sitting at the table. It's a little overwhelming.
I know.
So much star power. Right?
I'm just so excited these boys avoid me in the weight room in the off season, so it's so good to see them now.
Yeah, actually, when we told them, we're like, oh, Kerr's on his way. They were like, Kerr's on the podcast?
Yeah.
They're worried you're going to make him do something.
I will say, of the 3, I see Liam the most. Liam's trying to get jacked and tan, and I respect it. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, now that the hockey season's over, you have a lot more time to do what you like. What's the off season been like so far? What's your typical day like?
That's right.
A lot of school, going into exams, to be honest. Ever since practice ended, we have a lot more time to do school, but we still hop on the ice and do a lot of training still. So we're still in our athletic rhythm, but we have a lot of time to do academics and a lot of chilling around, I guess, right?
Yeah, like we were talking about, start my own window cleaning service. So.
There we go.
So I've been door knocking, trying to generate some business. So I've been keeping busy. So not a lot of laying around time for me.
Okay, when did you start that and why?
I started last year playing juniors in Odessa because I needed to get some cash and had some success, and I kept going with it over the summer and brought it over to Lynchburg, Virginia. So
Yeah.
I
Is it good business?
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting like 2 houses a week, so
Okay.
I've been busy. It's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, what about you, Liam? What are you up
So
to?
for me, like since school's done, I'm a sports management major. So like my classes haven't been too hard or anything like that. So I haven't been studying too hard as he has. So I've been kind of just chilling. As Kerr was saying, I've been coming in and working out and just kind of hanging out in the sun. So
Yeah.
nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Anything else fun? I mean, Jackson and Truett came in here. They're like always in the pickleball court.
So,
going at it.
I mean, I'm not too big into pickleball,
Yeah.
as big as those guys are, but we do have, we have team softball, that's
Okay.
tonight coming up, we have
Yeah.
that.
All right.
A lot of the boys have been just kind of just skating and just hanging out, kind of finding stuff to do, so we'll either go golfing or just hang out. Playoff hockey's kind of starting up right now, so we'll all head over to the house and just kind of watch it.
Yeah.
So.
Now, walk me through the lineup for the softball team. Like, who's at what position? Who's good at what?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's actually a really good question. So for me, I wasn't on the team at the start of the year. So we apparently the whole year we had 8 guys in the lineup, so we were short a couple guys. So they would kind of start the games with, I think it was 1 or 2 outs right away. Like you say, they had to go up to bat, you get 3 outs. They'd start out with 1 right away. So they
Is
only
that
have-
every inning?
Yeah. So every time.
No
so they would,
way.
So they would start off in the hole down and
Yeah.
out right away. So
Wow.
I'd say our last game was like a playoff game to kind of get in, and we had. I think we had 11, 12 guys that came out. We added on, I think, 3 or 4 guys. So, what was it? I'd say, to be honest with you, I'd put Calendike's up there. He hits the ball pretty well. Olsen hits the ball really well. He's got a good arm from center. You can throw Brad in there. He's with the women's softball team, so he's got a little extra bonus points on that one. But I'd say we got a good amount of athletes and we just hang out and have a good time, just kind of laugh and just enjoy it.
Now, hockey is known for its chirping, which is different than trash talk, I would say. Are there any teams that could compete on the softball field with the chirping from the boys? Does any other team kind of give it back a little bit? Are we in everyone's heads? What do you think?
I would say it's for sure they try to give it back.
Yeah.
Sure, just because we're on the hockey team and stuff like that, they like to kind of chirp us and stuff. But we kind of just keep to ourselves. We'll throw a couple jabs here and there, but we kind of try to keep it local. and
Okay.
Stuff like that,
There you
so
go.
nothing too crazy.
All right, that's
Yeah,
fair.
what are the playoff chances looking like?
To be honest with you, they're looking a little slim. We got a pretty big game coming up tonight, so we'll have to have the boys on their A game. So we'll have to be playing good.
Yeah, make sure you rest up after this.
Oh yeah, I'll get some ice on it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Now, you guys kind of mentioned, I think it's interesting, of student athlete, right? Just talking about, okay, here's school, and I always forget, you are college students along with being a college athlete as well. So just talk about, what were the kind of ideas of stepping in to college classes as a hockey player, and then what were some of the realities of it, or just kind of give a recap of the year? What are you thinking?
Yeah. So, all right. All right. I know for me, playing juniors for 2 years, I didn't do any online school, so it was a big adjustment for me. Like, I'd say the first 3 weeks were just information overload. Like, I remember the first week, I had Jackson help me, like, work my computer because I haven't touched one of those things in so long. So, like, he helped me, like, get through Canvas and, like, how to turn in assignments even. So, big adjustment for me, but after a bit, I started just getting more dialed in, and it's been pretty smooth ever since then. But it was huge not doing any school those 2 years, so it definitely affected me at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm like the same way. I think we're all the kind of the same way. Like coming out of juniors, it was transition, just from like just being a hockey player to like having school on top of it too. What it kind of felt like is running a marathon and a sprint. It's like we got to go to class, then practice, then study hall, rot, back to class. It's like bang, bang, boom, like one after another. So it was a lot, but I think we managed really, really well. Yeah.
I'd say for me it was a little bit of I'd say kind of the same story, but for me in high school, I'd say after my sophomore year, I switched to online school. So that was kind of like around the COVID period. And we kind of know online school is nothing too crazy. You can kind of float your way through it. So I started junior in my junior year of high school. So I finished up online junior and senior year, so didn't really wasn't too dialed in on school, and then was off with no school for 2-3 years or whatever. So kind of jumping in this first semester was a little rough right away, just trying to figure out how to send an email again and how to operate a
Format.
computer, just formatting APIs, whatever stuff like that. So I think first semester was a little rough for me, but the boys for sure helped me out with some schoolwork. I just got some extra help from people at the rink and just to bump up my grades a little bit. So it kind of helped me transition into the next semester, which went really well.
You ever use that calendar I got you?
Yeah, I used it.
I got a calendar for Christmas.
Like a planner?
Like a planner calendar.
Perfect.
We helped Liam a little bit get on track and prioritize things. So big difference between your first semester and second semester, that's for sure.
I had to do a little bit of growing up.
We all do. For some reason, it just brought me back. I had never taken notes on a laptop until I got to Liberty, for school. Bit older than you boys, and I looked at my computer and I had 6 pages of the letter G. I fell asleep and then I just held the G key down and I was like, oh no! Looked to the people next to me what's going on? You clearly saw I was passed out here. No one bumped me and woke me up.
No help.
Just the joys of school. That's a lot of fun. Now, since we're talking training and you brought it up, Tucker, of running a marathon and a sprint, I saw you take off for a little jog yesterday. Give the people a little, how did that go?
My jog?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. Get some UVs in me.
Now you were all decked out in
be honest here.
full long sleeve.
It was cloudy at that point.
Okay. All right. Black shirt.
At the track, getting some UVs. No, it was good. I'm trying to mix in just a little bit more long distance to help my legs out. But it was a nice run. It helps when you have a beautiful campus.
Yeah.
So I just ran by baseball stadium. Baseball team is practicing, so that was cool. Ran by the track. Saw some shot put.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know, it was a nice run around campus.
Some big boys, the shot putters.
Yeah.
There's some freaks.
Sore.
You're missing out a part.
My groins are pretty sore,
On our way here, he was like, boys, my groin.
Just from running?
Some sprints too.
Okay.
On ice too.
All right. So
keep each other accountable.
Full on sprints, my groins would be toast.
okay. All right. That makes sense.
I gotta go pay Josh a visit in AT for sure.
Okay.
Mix in a nice bath.
Get some work done.
Do you guys remember when your line was assembled? Is there a particular practice or a particular game where you're like, all right, let's see how this goes?
I do.
Yeah, so it was St. Louis because me and Tucker were together. We had a good weekend, and then he just switched all the lines up, and he put us 3 together, because I know we always talked we wanted to play on a line together.
And sorry, so St. Louis for, who were we playing? And
it was the showcase.
It was the showcase. It was the first game.
So,
we barely practiced with each other before the showcase.
Never.
Just kind of got
thrown in the mix, trial by fire.
And which coach put you guys together? Do you remember?
I think it was. I think it was most of the coach. Like I think the coaches kind of made a group decision on it. But I think I talked to Bert, and I think we both talked to Bert about maybe just testing it out, see if it would work, or if we'd be able to get some chemistry going.
Yeah, we were on a slump for a bit too, so we just thought change something up.
Just something that would change, and I think the coaches made kind of a group decision on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, not to violate HIPAA and release injury information here, but Tucker and Liam, were you nervous getting put on a line with someone who gets injured during a warm-up? Was that a concern for you guys? Were you like, oh no, I mean, like, this guy made of glass? Like, what were the overall thoughts?
I knew this was going to
Normally,
come
like
up.
with him, I just try to keep like some extra Band-Aids.
Okay, yeah, hey, that's smart.
If he needs anything, I got him out, so it shouldn't be too bad. But no, when we heard that he was coming on the line, we were pretty pumped and stuff like that. So I don't think the injuries were even a thought at that point.
You have to elaborate. You can't just leave it hanging.
I can't though. Just for whatever HIPAA stands for, you're not allowed to disclose. Like, anytime we're on the pod and Rhett, Pat, or you were like, so is this person gonna play? I can't legally say. There's certain privileges that I get being on the inside. I just can't fully release.
No, it makes sense. Now, Hayden, you told me throughout the year that before you came to Liberty, honestly, you were kind of considering hanging up the skates and not playing college hockey. Could you walk us through that story again?
Yeah, after 2 long seasons of juniors, I was just pretty tied up, wanted to just make money. So it was a lot of self-reflection. But like we talked about, DeBrito kind of came to me and said, you got to check out Liberty. We went through the whole process, and I come here and I was right on the spot. I was like, this place is for me. So it was just an easy decision. Like, it was the right school for me. And I didn't have a doubt. Signed the paper, and I was off in 2 months. I was here.
Yeah. So you're studying coding? Is that what they were saying?
It's information systems, so it's an IT and business hybrid.
Yeah.
So it's a newer degree, but yeah, the hopes is get into like IT sales eventually. So yeah.
Very cool. Jack of all trades. You're cleaning windows and
Yeah. There you go.
And Liam, you talked about having some growing up to do when you came here, but from what I hear, like, you're running the household right now with 6 roommates. So I'd say that's pretty mature. Could you kind of walk me through what the day-to-day is like for you with the chores list?
Being the dad? Yeah.
So kind of apartment 89 is it's a special place. So me and Tucker live together. We have a couple of random roommates that we kind of got slapped together with at the start of the year, and wasn't really expecting too much. But they're definitely they're a different group of people and stuff like that. So they
Will they be listening to this? Are there any concerns?
If they listen, they listen. But just might as well be honest with you.
Yeah.
But no, for sure, I definitely I do clean up around the house and get them out. Tucker for sure does his fair share as well.
Yeah.
I would definitely say the other boys are a little bit messy and sometimes forget to clean up after themselves, but we do a fair share.
We do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do what we
try to
can.
just maintain 89. If we can have it somewhat clean, it's okay. But as of right now, the AC is broke.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we have someone, I think we set in like a
Put in a work order.
Yeah, notice.
Heater was broke in the winter.
Yeah, so
Way to do it.
Yeah.
You're used to the cold.
yeah, the apartment's just been great, so it's been a good time.
It was a
Just-
bonding experience,
It's
honestly.
it was definitely it was a good, like, how'd you say, like a freshman year, like experience.
Yeah,
Like
it was a lot of
everyone
fun.
they have like that dorm experience and stuff like that, but we didn't want to live in the dorms and stuff like that just because we're older and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd say it was kind of like the same experience, like you're meeting a little bit of different people
yeah.
and stuff like that, kind of whatever. But it was a kind of a growing up experience or whatever, just having to keep the place clean, stuff like that. But
Yeah, everyone kind of has those freshman year dorm room stories. Kind of sounds when we were talking off air a little bit, you guys were having those. I only lasted 1 semester on a dorm. And then due to like legal reasons of what would have happened if I stayed, just meaning like I would have killed someone. I just hated it so much. I moved off. But yeah, the one that got me is there was a kid who lived, so I lived in the quad, so there's 10 of us in kind of like an area. We had 2 per bedroom, and there's a kid who lived in Maryland, and I think after like fall break, he brought back crabs. He was like, no one touch my crabs. I love crabs. I got some fresh crabs from Maryland, put them in the fridge. Forgets about them. And then like one day I'm in the kitchen area, and there's like ooze coming out of the fridge. I'm like, what is this? And then I opened it, and like the expired crabs were just like spoiled and leaking everywhere. That's my least favorite story.
When you came home, though, were the crabs alive, or were they already dead?
When he brought them back, I believe they were dead, but
Because one
I
of
wouldn't
my
put it
friends in high
past him.
school used to, her mom would just cook the live crabs, and so I'd go over to her house, and she would just chase me with the live crabs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that, I thought it was one of those types.
No, nothing like that. And now this is in California. This is happening.
It's in California. It's
Okay,
happening. Yeah.
California river crab. That's going to be special crab there. Okay, yeah.
That sounds like normal stuff in '89.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We had a roommate with a hamster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. That's a story and a half. So we can talk about that one. So
we
there
got
was
it.
just one day, me and Tucker were just kind of hanging out in the apartment, whatever, nothing too crazy. I think I was cleaning some dishes, whatever, and
Probably.
Tucker was just hanging out on the couch, and all of a sudden we were just talking or whatever, and all of a sudden this like, it was a hamster, but it ran across the wall.
Oh,
on
no.
the floor, and like. Right away when I first saw it, I thought it was a rat.
Yeah,
a
of
rat
course.
Or something, and I was like I got scared. Right
Jump
now.
scares?
Yeah, I was
There you go.
scared.
There's no way it's
There's
happening.
no way.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, it ended up being our roommate's hamster, okay? Well, at that time, Tucker got up. He went to the roommate's room or whatever and was just like, hey, your hamster got out. And like at this time, I went and grabbed the broom or whatever to make sure it like didn't go in our rooms because
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
touch this thing.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
get kind of grossed out by that stuff, whatever. But so I had the broom, just made sure it didn't go in our rooms. And when he knocked on the door, the roommate opened the door and was just like, hey, whatever. And Tucker was just like, hey, your hamster is out in the living room right now. It like must have got out. Well, our roommate thought that his cage for his hamster thing was up by his window. And he thought his hamster fell out of the window.
Oh.
So he thought like he had no clue that his hamster was still alive or whatever. And he was just ripping around in the
Yeah.
apartment. Like he already threw away like the cage.
No way.
He threw away everything for the hamster, and apparently the hamster was just running around for a couple days.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
not even dedicated. He
No,
just wanted
no,
to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it was
For
preposterous.
sure a different experience.
Yeah.
I was expecting to be like, no, my hamster's right here. That is a real rat. And they're like, oh. Yeah, they have to find out. You got rats in your apartment. Go with the no AC and the heat.
No AC.
Man, that's wild. But okay, so going into year 2 now for you guys next season, I mean, just kind of give me a glance at like what excites you about this team going forward. You had a big freshman class and a great year to show for it. What makes you pumped up for how this group can grow?
You want to go?
No, you got it, buddy.
All right. I know last year we had a freshman meeting with Captain Feemster, and he just laid out the expectations saying, like, I know you guys are freshmen, but I want you guys, like, not, like, run show, but, like, you know, like, assert yourselves.
This is like the standard.
This is the standard. Like, even though there's older guys, like, you also can, you know, not be the guys, but
Play like a
push the
big
pace, kind of. Like, he thought there was a little bit too much, like, comfort in the locker room, and guys just kind of letting off the gas a little bit.
Just don't sit back. Like,
Yeah.
Take charge.
So that was super exciting going into the season, but like you said, our expectations like win national championship. Like even though like from the outside, a lot of freshmen, like not a lot of experience, like we were pretty set in, you know.
Yeah.
So going into this year, having that experience now, it's full gas, no brakes. Like there's nothing that we don't have.
It's true. We have like all the pieces. I think we have a great forward group, a great freshman class. We have an outstanding goalie. We got decor, right? We got Ben Hughes just coming up to our team. So we got great coaches.
Yeah.
Like we don't have any missing pieces. And even though we're a super young team, the expectation is to win.
Yeah.
And I think anything short of a national championship is failure, to be honest. Like that's our standard, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just like we can't be not complacent, but we just can't be like okay with being just like average.
Yeah.
We have like for us, even for myself, like you've said, like I'm coming in and working out and stuff like that. I think we have some guys that are making like personal changes and stuff like that, like doing a little bit of growing up. So we already got a group of I'd say 8 or 10 guys already working out, and there's probably other guys working out on their own, but you normally don't see that from a team this early on in the season.
No.
So I think we were very hungry throughout the season and stuff like that. We definitely had our ups and downs, but I'd say Nationals left a very sour taste in our mouth. We were pretty upset with how that all went out and stuff like that, and especially just our line, we took a lot of pride in kind of just putting the puck in the back of the net and just kind of being like just energy for our team and stuff like that. And I just feel like we're going to be bringing that into this next year. And I feel like with already guys working out and kind of that core group kind of staying and stuff like that, I feel like we're going to be a pretty good team to play next year, and we're going to be pretty hungry and ready to win it all.
And we're not just working out, like we're intentional about our workouts, and we're already super intense, like mid-season mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
this early on.
I'm seeing it. I'm spreading the rumor all around the rink. I've never seen a men's team before with so many guys like dialed in, like showing up, putting in work, and not tooting my own horn, but like following, like, hey, this is probably what you should be doing right now at this time of the year. So it's incredibly exciting, incredibly exciting. And you mentioned a little bit about the scoring, Liam. So stats we have here between the three of you: 90 points scored, right, all combined there, and then 64 after being paired together during that Maryville showcase. And when you come back this next season, our top scoring returning line. Just talk a little bit about the on-ice chemistry that got developed there, and whether you guys feel like, Hayden, this is his particular role, Liam, this is what I do, Tucker, this is what I do, or are you guys kind of playing a positionless hockey? Just go into that a little bit, what each of you think. We'll just continue our left to right here, Hayden. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Like you were saying about, is it positioning or skill-wise, I think we all have a very good understanding of what type of hockey players we are. Like, even with not being on a line beginning the season, we practice with each other all the time. So I saw we do 2v2, like I see Liam and how he like makes plays and what he's looking for. So we knew like what we liked, So like you said, it's all like player styles. So we know, like most time, Liam's not, sometimes he does, gonna fly F1 in a forecheck, and light some guy up. But that's why we have one of us usually goes in. We know Liam likes to go to the left corner, move the puck. He makes a great play. Like, it's just knowing like what we like, where we want to be. Like, I feel like we have a really good understanding of how we like to play the game.
Yeah, it just clicks, and I think it kind of starts off by all three of us working exceptionally hard in practice and in everything we do. Like, all three of us take extreme pride in how we play and how we approach the game. So we're all on the same wavelength in terms of work ethic.
Yeah.
And I think our line kind of starts off more often than not in the D zone, locking it up in the D zone first, transitioning pucks from defense to offense. And then once we get in the offensive zone, we do a really good job of cycling the puck. We're like really, really good job of cycling the puck. We know how to use our points. We know when to shoot. We know when to pass. And one thing we kind of do before practice starts, is we just cycle the puck around the zone with passing.
Yeah, we get chirped a little bit, but we'll all get on the ice, and us three will literally just be doing circles in one of the O zones, just like dishing each other passes, getting like scoring, get another puck, literally just cross seaming it just before every practice, just to get a little rhythm.
I love it. We'll give you a second here, Liam. I wish if I was a hockey coach, I would change the first 10 minutes of practice for every team ever. I hate going around skating in a circle and just like aimlessly wasting time shooting pucks and like shooting the crap. It is the most annoying thing for me, where it's like you can't just get on the ice, right? It's not like a basketball court or a field or whatever else. So use your time as efficiently as possible. Hearing you guys have sort of figured something out like that puts a lot of joy in my heart. Sorry, Liam. Go ahead. Talk about the scoring. Talk about the year. Here we go.
Kind of just even to go off of that, like for us, it's like when we're doing that passing at the start of practice, it's not us thinking, oh, we're building chemistry or something like that. It's just us having fun, snapping the puck around. And like, to be honest with you, like for me, like when we're out there just kind of messing around, just moving the puck pretty softly or whatever, I'm able to see where DeMars likes to place his stick out, where he wants the puck kind of by the net, or where he's angling his stick in the slot. Same goes for Tucker, like they're both lefty and righty. So for me, like when we're doing that, like I'm just seeing where they're angling their stick and where they're positioned, so I can get them the puck, so it can kind of transition into our practice, and then it can go into our game. So I'd say kind of our biggest thing, like why we just kind of click so well, is that we just have really good chemistry. Like we're able, Like, I know where DeMars is going to be placing a stick on the ice in a certain spot on the ice. Or I know where Tucker is driving the net in the offensive zone. Like, I just feel like I know where these two are going without even having to think about it or even have to pick the head up. Like, I can just kind of, like, it's almost like a like kind of instinct or just kind of that inside feeling of they're going to be right there. I need to put it right there on that spot. They're going to score if I get it to them. So I just feel like that's kind of one of the big things that's kind of helped with our kind of scoring when we got put together. I just feel like we just had really good chemistry and just click really well.
Yeah.
And like we're always just having fun when we're on the ice. We're not bickering at each other. If we mess up in a certain situation, we talk about it, we fix it.
Yeah.
And there's no button heads or anything. Like it's very smooth going and it's fun.
That's a good thing about our line. We never take anything personal. Like if I make a bad pass, DeMars, Cox-Smith, they can call me out, and it's not personal at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's just the right way to handle it.
Yeah.
We just handle it the right way.
Yeah.
There's no, like if someone comes up and says something to you, you shouldn't take it personally at all.
Yeah.
It's just like I feel like our line has really kind of taken pride in that almost. Like I know I can get on these two and be like, hey, that's not good enough. Like we gotta do better in this situation or do something different here. Let's change this so we can score. And I feel like we do a very good job kind of bouncing off ideas off of each other and just not taking it personal.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, it's something of, and part of being coachable is I'm not attacking the person, I'm attacking the performance.
Yeah.
Right? So that effort that you just gave, I'm not saying like, Hayden, you're the worst. I'm saying what you just showed is subpar to what I know you can handle, right? Or I know that you're capable of, or the standard I expect you to be at. And if you could have that kind of accountability across the line, that's super important, right? Especially there's so many moments in a hockey game where it's going to be the three of you sitting next to each other, and the words that you say are either going to be poison or they're going to be fuel for the next shift, right? It's not like any other sport where you will be sitting next to each other and you will be going over the boards again.
Yeah.
It's very important to be able to provide performance-based feedback.
To go off of that, like we have great on-ice chemistry in part because we have great off-ice chemistry.
Yeah.
Like I know exactly the mindset these guys are in at different points in the game, whether they're frustrated. How do I approach Liam when he's frustrated? How do I approach DeMars when he's frustrated? So I think having that off-ice chemistry too is really beneficial. I mean, like we're all really good buddies, like best buddies off the ice. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Off the ice, like we're just like really close friends. Either if we're hanging out in the locker room or outside of it, we've never had any problems with each other. If we do, like I said, we're respectful about it.
It's figured out. Like, it's just like we're boys at the end of the day. So
it's just playing hockey with your best friends.
It's exciting.
100%.
I really like that. Well, I got one more. Any other thoughts from the boys here?
No, you go for it.
All right. Towards the end of the year, I noticed a lot of animal jokes are being thrown around towards Hayden's way here. So let's have your favorite horse joke, and then we'll end it on that. Because man, there have been some incredible chirps at nationals where I have to kind of keep a straight lace, but they are hysterical.
There's been a couple good ones. Well, DeMars for sure. He's gotten a couple. Big Tuna was one for a little bit.
Oh, I like that. That's really good.
Big Tuna. I'd say, horse. Look at the guy. Like,
That's probably one that stayed with me.
I'd say kind of the one, like if we were doing like a kind of our pre-stretch that we have with you before we go out on the ice, it would just be like, hey, DeMars, you get your hay in today.
That's what always cracked me up.
It's kind of like his Wheaties a little bit. Just make sure he's getting his hay in.
It's automatic.
So,
boys are going through the food line, like, where's the bale of hay for DeMars?
When we get the bus, they're like, we got the trailer hooked up for the hay. Like just ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, hey, fellas, thanks so much for coming on. Unbelievable year. Love how you guys adjusted to college hockey and made it through a season after the woes of junior hockey that all the boys go through. Can't wait for next year and keep getting after it with you boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, awesome to have those three in here. That was a great time. I mean, that freshman line, so impressive all season long.
Yeah.
So it was nice, Kurt. They actually kind of broke down a lot more than people typically are willing to share. It was good.
It reminded me of my very first year of working with the hockey teams. Like, I didn't even know we had systems. I thought it was just like people skating around. And then as Liam is going into the intricacies of their kind of, in-zone passing pre-practice. So like, wow, there are just so many small details. And when you take each of those guys and they're so heavily focused on it, with their skill sets, with the size that they have, the speed that they have, no wonder they scored so many goals, right? It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and they have a really high standard too. Like how Tucker said, hey, I'm not gonna lie, like anything short of a national championship is a failure in my eyes. You know, so that whole group, you can just see it, the fire and the mentality that they have.
Yeah.
So.
No, and I think that's huge for them heading into next season, right? Like you want guys to feel that sting, so like helps motivate them, right? And like good, encouraging to hear Kerr already say like, yeah, a lot of them are already getting after it, right? So like, hopefully that bleeds over to prospect camp and like they get to see like what Liberty's building, and like because I think they're on that trajectory trend too, and like hopefully it does lead to Liberty winning their first title next year.
Yeah, and a new captain named, not head captain, but a new A on the team with Nick Pomerleau. And I feel like, guys, in your eyes, just from what we've seen all season, it's very well deserved, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was second in the team in voting last year for the C when they were naming a new captain, and Sam got it. And so, like, it was kind of like it almost made sense that he was going to be the new A. So, like, great to see Nick Pomerleau. Like, he is definitely grown as a player and in his game. So, like, I expect, like, probably to see that even more. Like, and usually when a guy took him a while to get that first goal, guys are, like, itching and they're gripping the stick too tight and fighting the puck a little. Didn't do that. He knew his roles too. He's like, no, I'm this guy. He's like, get the puck on net or get it where it needs to be so it can go on the back of the net. If I get a goal this year, great. If I don't, that's what was great about him, right? He wasn't trying to force the issue. So like, I think he's going to do the same thing with being a complimentary assistant captain to Sam.
Yeah.
I'll be excited to see what his leading style is. He's not always the most vocal in certain times and situations, but we'll see. We'll see if that kind of changes. Sometimes people are pretty respectful and then wait for their turn. So hopefully, I get to hear a Nick speech coming up sometime soon. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And you can just tell when you talk to other guys how much they respect him, the work he puts in his game. So, yeah, a very well-deserved accolade for Nick Pomerleau. And we'll touch on it a little bit in the future if we have any other possible changes with the captaincy for the men's D1 team. But we're going to flip on over to the ladies' side now. We have two members of the women's D1 hockey team waiting for you. We just talked to them a moment ago. All right, our second set of guests for the day, probably the more fun group just from talking to them so far.
Wow. Okay.
We have Sophia, Adamek, and Brookelyn Beauchamp. Ladies, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us. This is so exciting.
Okay, so what I've learned from just talking to you before we started rolling is you guys are besties.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, tell me how the friendship formed.
Well, that's a very good question. So, I mean, we were just talking about it. I live in Illinois, so I'm really close to St. Louis, like around 2 hours or so. So I drove and watched their Nationals game, and then that's when I first met Sophia, because her and her dad were there watching Zasha. So that's how we like met. And then then when I was a sophomore and she was a freshman, we met because Priscilla kind of hooked us up through rot dinners after practice, and then we just like kept talking, and then we hung out, and now we're here. I don't know, do you have anything to add? I don't know if I'm missing anything, because that's what I remember.
We're like in a relationship right now, like saying how we met.
How did you meet? Yeah, I met her one morning on
And then we fell in love.
and it was
I will say, I remember you showing up in St. Louis. I was like, this is a dedicated routine.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we need.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome.
Yeah, how far was that drive?
like 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
My dad, I was like, I don't know if I should go. And my dad's like, no, you're going. I was like, okay.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good
You talk about
choice.
those rot dinners. What's your guys' go-to at the rot?
Oh, I haven't been there in so long.
Yeah, we haven't been at a rock dinner for quite a while, but
Yeah.
I love the pasta station.
Oh, yeah, she does.
And also Lucky Charms have been a huge hit recently.
Okay.
I love Lucky Charms. For me, I always love the substation or the barbecue spot next to it. So like, I don't know, barbecue's my thing, I guess. And then always love to get a sub sandwich any day, anytime.
Yeah.
She knows.
I had like one of the freshmen on the team this year that question. She's like, I love the make your own sandwich station. I'm like, what?
It's actually really good. Like if I don't want to go to Subco, I'll go there and get my sub.
Funny. And you always do PB&J too.
Oh, I love a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh,
I
alright.
love that.
Yeah, that gets me fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Are you a strawberry or grape?
So I want you to eat it, but I don't
But
really
I-
participate in that. I don't like jelly.
Oh, you don't?
No, I would just go peanut butter.
Same.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely.
No.
that's just so like
too.
that.
Cuts his
It's like
crust off.
festival
No,
vibe.
that's a good
Boy,
one.
what's your
though.
go-to bread brand?
I don't have one.
Not
yeah, I
that
couldn't
power
tell you.
brand that like.
I
Dave's.
I personally
Yes,
have not
yes,
purchased
yes.
bread in like 10 years or
Do you
more.
make it?
You make it?
I don't. Chantel every now and then will make some bread.
I want to make sourdough.
Fresh bread.
I want
Every now and then.
Sourdough is
Yeah.
a process.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I haven't done it, but I'm
Pouring
like
it?
scared to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. But yeah, I just don't buy it. But when I was like in college trying to gain weight, I would buy Thomas bagels. So I would eat those. So I
do
would
like
eat a
bagels.
bagel, not bread. But I guess it's the same thing. So Thomas bagels, that's my go-to.
All right.
We'll word it that way.
Awesome. Love
Yeah.
it. Now, Sophia, you're in a hockey family. I've run into your dad at games sometimes.
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely the sweetest guy I've ever met. I mean, what did it start with Michael? He started playing. You guys kind of all got involved. How did that all happen?
Yeah, Dad definitely, he's the most dedicated podcast fan too, so.
I was about to ask you, like, what is this going to mean to him?
It's so much. I haven't told him that we're here, so he's going to be thrilled to see us on the
Good.
podcast. But my dad was a hockey player growing up, and then he kind of fed that into our family. So Michael started playing probably around 5-ish. Sasha and I actually both started figure skating. So we didn't try hockey until we were like 6 or 7. So when Michael and then Zasha played a couple years after, and then I played the year after Zasha. And then we kind of fell in love with it together, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Now, figure skating wasn't your thing. Did you never go back to that after that?
No. Never went back.
Yeah. Oh, that's all. Now, what about your story?
So I figure skated as well. I did like those learn to skates and stuff like that for figure skating. And then my brother was in learn to play hockey as well. And every time, from what I remember, is me looking over and saying, like, I want to do what my brother's doing. Like, I don't want to be in figure skating. And so when I told my parents that, they were like, are you sure? Like, do you really want to like switch to hockey? Like, you're a girl? Like, I don't know. So then they took me to a figure skating show, and I looked at them and I was like, I don't want to do this. And then they switched me over to hockey, and then I skated the first time in hockey equipment with figure skates, so that was kind of funny. But
Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Mom's
but
not gonna like this.
so yeah, and then I've played boys hockey and then girls hockey, and now I'm here.
That's epic. I love it.
Sorry, and I thought you were gonna go with another question.
I gotta ask it. What was it then, moving from when you first started hockey? What was it about Liberty that wanted to get you guys committed here? I know you were dialed pretty early, and it took some convincing to get you here. So like walk us through both those journeys.
Do you want to go or me?
You go.
I really wanted to be a part of a Christian school. I wanted to be a part of that dynamic and like around those people who have the same faith as me, and like grow friendships like with people who have the same faith. So that kind of drew me to like a Christian school. And then I also, by my end of junior year, beginning of senior year of high school, I was like, okay, I want to continue playing hockey. Like, where is that going to be? And it was between Bethel University and here. And so I toured both, and I talked to both coaches, and I just really loved Liberty. I loved the vibe. I loved everything was so modern, and like I felt like home here in the mountains. And I loved Coach Lowe's and what he like had a vision for me as, and loved the girls, and the rink is awesome, like such a great rink and atmosphere. And I just was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna be in my next 4 years, and I've loved it ever since. I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sophia had the exact same.
Yeah, right? Same. You can just copy paste, right?
Cookie cutter, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. No, actually, so my family is not Christian family. We didn't grow up in a Christian household, so the faith part of Liberty definitely wasn't the selling factor. It was the hockey for sure, just what Brooklyn said, the great community here and stuff. But Zasha and I actually toured in 2019, so quite a while ago.
How old were you in 2019?
I was in grade 10,
Okay.
so like 15.
Oh, they knew. This is a horse. Gotta bring her in.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I peaked when I was 15.
Yes, you did. And you're still peaking.
Thanks, Brooklyn. Yeah, so Zasha and I toured. She was in grade 12. I was in grade 10. She actually had another school reach out to her. She almost went there, actually. She got committed, and then COVID happened, decommitted, and then Coach Lowe's reached out. Sasha got committed to Liberty. Great. It's been a blessing ever since that. And then I was kind of the little sister just following Sasha's footsteps. And I was like, you know what, sure. Liberty seems great. Sasha's having a good time, so might as well give it a go. But like I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But it's been great ever since. Like friends I've made, got saved this year, so that's been huge. Yeah, I've just had a lot of growth here, so it's been a blessing.
And she met me, duh.
Sure. Yeah. So talk a little bit about just the faith side. You know, you could be as open and honest and share as much as you want, but you kind of mentioned, and your sister was the same way of, you came to Liberty for the hockey, which totally fine. It's an awesome school for hockey, and not necessarily on the faith side of things. But then your life kind of changed this fall. Go into as much kind of detail in there as you want, and if she forgets anything, Brookelyn, you could add it in there.
Okay, well.
Yeah, sure. So, like I said, coming into Liberty, Sasha and I both weren't saved. Sasha got saved her sophomore year, so actually around the same age I did. I honestly, like, looking at Liberty, I thought it was a Christian cult. Like, I had no idea what Christianity meant or any of that stuff, so I was like, it's kind of crazy that I'm going to, you know, a religious school. I've never gone to church. I've never really even opened a Bible before, so it was definitely overwhelming at first, but Sasha got plugged into her faith just through friends here. Like, the Fussies really helped her with, you know, getting involved with the church and just growing in her faith, so just the people around us have been huge. And Sasha's led me. She's a great big sister, and she's just, you know, pushed me in my faith. So, first year, freshman year, still no idea what I was doing. Convocation was kind of just like a public speaker. I was kind of forced to be there. Didn't want to be there most times. And then that freshman summer, I started to get more interested in it. Sasha was a huge help. Bible studies every now and then, and Priscilla, actually a girl on the team last year, she was a huge help too. Giving her a shout out because she's been an awesome leader for me.
Shout out.
And then September this year, just one night Sasha and I were doing a Bible study with Haley Battles. Actually, she was on FaceTime, and I was like, Sasha, I want to give my life to Christ, and it just happened then and there. 12 a.m. one Wednesday night kind of
It was
thing.
after we played.
Yeah, it was after we
Because
played.
then I was with my dad, and then she FaceTimed me, and she said it, and I was like, oh, there's no way.
So
like, I was
crazy.
so excited.
Like, yeah, Brooklyn came over to the house right away. Brielle did, a couple other people did, and we were all just bawling our eyes out. Like, it was such a God-moving moment. We were all crying.
So
sharing
excited.
hugs. Yeah, it was awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Yeah, and then you showed up for an 8 a.m. workout and didn't go great, but that's okay.
We had a game the next day. We had a game the next day, and Lowe's walked into the AT
that's
room.
right.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do you look so tired, Sophia? And I was like, I've been crying all night, Lowe's. I got saved. And he just gave me like the biggest hug. I was like, this is the only time you can be tired for a game, Sophia.
Yeah. Matt just healthies you. All right. Just like scratch. Well, you'll recover plenty in the stands.
Talk more about that coaching relationship, though. I know everyone loves Coach Lowe's and the energy that he brings. What do you like about him?
I think you just strike up a conversation anytime, anywhere. Like, when we're on the road, like, one of my, biggest moments of kind of like what he does is like, we're all around the bus, and it was like after Crackle Barrel, I think, right? And then all he said was, all right, everyone, I want you to think about this. It's like, who can defeat, or what was it? Something like in a fight.
Fight to the death. An eagle or
a hippo. And like, we all had to be quiet and sit for like 5 seconds of like not talking and like thinking about this. And
Keep
he
in
said,
mind, he's like, so guys, meet outside the bus. We're gonna stand in a circle. Serious conversation we're about to have.
Yeah.
And he pulls out that question.
Yeah. And then, because we're all thinking like, we're going into these next like 2 games somewhere, and I'm like, is this gonna be like hockey related? No, completely different. Like, who's gonna win in the fight, an eagle or a hippo? And then we all had to decide, and then say it on 3, and then we were all like discussing it, and like, no, a hippo would win, or like, no, an eagle would. And I just like, I don't know, I think he can be serious and be like a coach and like a mentor at the same time, which is great. And I don't know, I like it a lot, and being able just like to go up him and ask about life, and also to ask about hockey, and like, hey, how can I be better as a player? But like, hey, I have this like serious question about faith or stuff like that. And he just has a good balance between it, and I think that's why everyone gets along with him. And in different ways too. I think he finds like what girls like versus like don't question-wise. I think so. He like adapts to different.
He's
like,
very personal with us. And creates relationships with us. Yeah, we're not hockey players with him. We're
Yeah. Yeah, we went to his office one time and he was like we were talking about hockey and then he was like, okay, scratch that. Rank your like top 3. Like you have family, dating life, whatever. And it's just like, okay, yeah, like let's evaluate my life right now. You know, like it kind of like pulled back just from him being strictly about hockey to like, hey, like you're also here for school and for like to start a life after school,
Yeah. I had a funny meeting with him one time, actually. We were talking about global warming. Like, when you get him in a conversation, he just rambles.
Oh, yeah. And he'll, like, bounce, too.
Yeah. And then we started talking about conspiracy theories. And he's like, okay, Sophia, tomorrow bring me your craziest conspiracy theory. And we had a workout the next day, so I was like, Kerr, do you have any conspiracy theories? And Kerr and I sat on his computer, ChatGPT, for, like, 20 minutes?
Maybe.
Just looking up random conspiracy theories. And we came up with one, Bohemian Rhapsody, and I was so excited to tell him.
What was it?
Bohemian
Grove. Bohemian Grove, not Rhapsody.
Oh. I was like, what's
like
this?
the
Put some B-roll in for this one. This is gonna be good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just he just loves talking to us and creating relationships with us. And
I think too, not only him but other coaches as well. They like
the whole
kind of pick up like what he's doing and like we all have a great relationship with our coaches, which is super special.
Yeah. Now, when you guys talked about eagle versus hippo, which one were you?
Oh, I think I said hippo.
Okay, what's the argument behind the eagle? 'Cause I'm thinking about it, and it's like, I mean, yeah, like you can get in there and like, you know, go for it, but at the same time, like it would take a lot to take a hippo down.
Right.
I know. My theory was it can fly away, battle to the death. The hippo can't fly. Like the eagle has more defense, so I was thinking more defense wins. Defense
I was
versus
thinking more
offense.
offense.
Slowly chip away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought of big hippo, like, or I don't know, like
Its mouth
can
is
go.
so big.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
All it takes is one claw.
Right, and then it's gone.
And
so
then take it under the water and it's gone.
I think after that I ChatGPT'd it, and I was like, who would win? And then
I'm open
Yeah.
to changing teams.
you want to be on my team?
Maybe if you convince me.
Okay, I will later.
All right, ladies, we can't forget too that you're national champions.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats on the title.
Thank you.
Walk me through what the nationals run was like for you guys. I mean, after talking to a lot of different members of your team, you seem lighthearted. You seem so fun. But is it just like full on locked in when the national tournament hits?
Well, think about it. We hung out a few days before because we have that spring break off, right? So what do you do after practice? You hang out with your team. We said that this was like a business trip. Like when we get there, it's straight business.
Yeah,
like
off
we
the
were
bus,
all
dialed in.
in, locked in, and I don't know. Yeah, this was just our mindset throughout the whole thing was.
Yeah.
We gotta win. Like, cause last year we didn't, and we lost in double overtime, and now we've won in double overtime, so that's awesome. But yeah, we're just like, we gotta get this done. Like, we gotta get it back.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
How intense was that double OT?
We were saying PTSD from the last time, and I don't know. We just were like, we were calm, but like we knew we had to get it done.
Yeah.
Like we had to like keep fighting and keep knowing like our systems and keep trusting our coaches, and we just had to continue to like fight until Zasha snipped one in the back of the net. It was,
Sophia, walk me through the power play to tie it up.
Oh yes, that was sick.
That wasn't drawn up at all. That's not a play we usually do.
It worked to perfection. Like, let's be honest.
Emerson knew.
Yeah, I mean, Maryville's so well coached against us, especially on special teams, so that kind of helped that it wasn't drawn up, actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I forget who's taking the face-off. It's probably Haley Battles. Kind of 50-50 draw to the wall. I got to the puck first, thank goodness, and then just kind of went around the net, and I was like, let's try something here, and then just fed it to Emerson. She was open, and great shot by Emerson, great play. So.
So
fantastic.
Yeah, such a quick moment, but like, how many hours, how many practices, and how much work do you feel went into that? You know what I mean? Like when you reflect back just all right, all the skill development for the skating and the passing, and how many hours you've worked on power play over the year, just leading up to that moment. Just kind of reflect on that for a second there, of like all the hard work you've put in your whole life for that one moment. How's it feel to be, so important to the team in that key play to tie it up and send it into overtime.
I mean, we do power play twice a week kind
Yeah.
of thing. So at least 30 minutes to an hour power play every week, and that's a lot of time added up over the semester, the 2 semesters, and then I don't know, like you said, it's kind of a lifetime leading up to it, just like the skating stuff.
Yeah.
Every summer, getting out there, getting your grind on kind of thing. I mean, like, it's those special moments in hockey that it's just, your brain turns off almost, you get into the flow of things, and you just do what you gotta do. Like, saw Emerson stick, and I was like, let's give it to Emerson. She's awesome. So.
She's awesome.
Yeah, and she buried, right?
Yeah.
Now, for I don't want to say the casual fan, but the person who's not intently watching every second of the game, they may not have noticed your increase in ice time from the semis to the championship. So talk a little bit about that, and then Brookelyn, what is it like seeing someone out there so much? Do you get nervous of like, she's gonna gas out, she's not gonna do it? Like, kind of give us some.
That's something like that.
Yeah, give us some thoughts there. So go into those details, Sophia, and then Brookelyn, you can give your 2 cents as well.
Yeah, playing a little bit of forward. Never thought I'd be doing that, but here we are, kind of thing. I don't know. It's super cool, and Presley got hurt that game. Devastating, super scary to watch. And then it's like, okay, Sophia, you gotta step into this forward role. And I was like, okay, sure.
You mean forward?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I got great coaches to help me through that moment and great players to look up to. I don't know, it was just kind of spur of the moment thing. Adrenaline's pumping, so you're not really thinking about the cardio aspect of it. You're just getting
That's
after
true.
it. I don't know.
Okay. And did she look tired at times, Brookelyn?
No,
Were
actually,
you like,
I'm gonna be honest.
no.
She has the lung capacity, I would say. Every time she's out there, I'm like, go, Sophia, go, you got it. Like when she skates up or does a sick move, or she's able to feed it on the wall. Like we played a few times, and she was my winger, and I don't know,
Yeah,
just
that was
oh man,
So
I
fun
wish she
playing
was
together.
my winger. Or I keep telling Lowe's, I'm like, can I be D partners with Soph like
Yeah.
one game or something just to see how it goes? But
Careful. Don't put it into his head.
I used to play a little bit.
trust you.
So we trust each other.
Would you want to play D?
I wouldn't mind playing D.
Okay.
I can
all right.
play.
Remember that one game, was it UMass, where we all switched positions?
No, it was
No, it was UMass.
UMass, and then one time on PK I had to play D because Maddie Glenn was in the box.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I've played a little D. You know,
Okay.
it's not
All
like
right. Work on your backward skating. And you brought up the cardio. We are going to do a live reveal of the beep test
Okay, I was gonna
scores right
say.
now. I'm just kidding.
worse than last year.
What do you think? I need to work on my cardio.
So, first championship win for you, Sophia. Brookelyn, second for you. What are the overall feelings? And just talk about the legacy of the Liberty women's hockey program.
Wow. Winning 2 is awesome. I think this year was. I'm gonna be biased. This one was way better than last year's. I think just being a part of the team that I was a part of and playing a big role, it like meant something, and it was super fun. And to be out there at the national championship game and with the girls, and the line I was on was so fun, and I just think this one felt super special, especially because like last year you don't win it, and then this year you do. It's like, whoa, yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Like we finally have another ring on my finger I can get, and I don't know, there's just so much. I could talk about this forever, but like it's I loved this one a lot, and hope to get another one next year.
Love it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like reflecting on it, after being saved this year, my perspective on hockey's changed completely. Rather than last year, I was, trying to almost glorify myself through hockey. It got us nowhere, got me nowhere. I was emotionally immature, just a whole bag of problems, honestly. And some people might have not seen that, but outside of hockey, I was, kind of lost. So this year, being saved and playing for Christ, it's such a blessing, and it's so cool that just like all those answered prayers, working towards one goal of nationals, but also just glorifying Christ in the process. It's super cool.
Yeah.
And
I agree with
go
that.
into that, the identity of this team of we're not playing for a victory. We're not playing for ourselves. We're playing for something kind of a higher power. Do you think that's an advantage in the hockey world? Do you think that's helpful to us as, a big thing? Just give us thoughts there.
Yeah. I think it unites us. 100%. I think we know like the Lord's bigger than everything, and we want to glorify him through everything. And when we all know that, it just changes our perspective and just wants us, or for me and I guess the rest of the team, just to go out there harder and worship and like glorify the Lord through it. And I love that we pray after every game and every practice, and I just think that that's like our foundation, and like we always go back to that foundation, and Brielle always reminds us like what we're doing, and like the name on there, we're champions for Christ. Like that's what we're doing, is we're being those leaders and those disciple makers to our teammates and to others as well, to glorify the Lord. And I think that's just what drives us and motivates us.
Yeah, like even seeing after the double overtime, Maryville players came and prayed with us after the game. Like last year, I would have, personally me, I would not want to do that with my not beat us in double overtime. That's the last thing I want to do. But it just shows how like God's working through our team and just the whole league.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
It is cool. You mentioned it, Brookelyn. I love on our jerseys the kind of like back collar. Says training champions for Christ, or I think like playing. What does it say?
Champions for Christ.
Champions for Christ. Okay, I was like, wait, training sounds way too long. But yeah, when it's hanging up in your stall, like that's what you see as you're taking your jersey off to put it on.
And even putting it on too. Like I always look at it, I'm like, this is sick. Like I get to do this, like with this team, and.
It really, really is. Yeah, it's a special place. Any other thoughts here, Pat and Annie, while we got the girls? I have one more kind of thought here. It'll be a sore subject, so we'll save it for last.
I have one thought too. Like, talk a little about like y'all's progression, like this past year. Obviously, I feel like both of your games have grown, and you both have grown in so much confidence from when you, like for you, from last year to this season now. Obviously, one of the top assist leaders for defensemen this year. Brookelyn, like your role has increased ever since your freshman year, and I think that's part of
every situation,
the hard work you've been putting in. So, like, talk a little about you guys just gaining confidence in your game, because it's definitely paid off.
Yeah. Do you want to go or me?
You go ahead.
I definitely my freshman year lit a fire in me to like want to be a part of this team more and step into those big roles. And I had like my family supporting me through it in the summer, and I'm gonna apologize. I just don't know, like just the confidence throughout it all. Like,
just growing in your game.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just want to make sure I'm answering the question.
Answer however you feel like you need to.
Yeah, and I think just too, like the coaches like trusting me and like seeing the hard work that I've put in, because I want to be in those big moments, and I want to go out there and score big goals and have like good chemistry with my team and be a leader, whether that be with a letter on my chest or without it. And I want to put in that hard work to help grow our program and just like grow me as a player too, to minister to other people. And just, I don't know, I think my process has been different than most, but I've enjoyed it, and I've grown so much as a person and as a player, which I'm super grateful for. So I hope I answered that question.
There's no right or wrong. Don't worry.
Definitely like what Brookelyn said. Communication with the coaches has been huge for me. Just knowing what role they want me to fill, and just knowing I'm on the right track to what their vision is for me. So coming into this year, I honestly wasn't sure who I was going to play with, because we lost a couple players last year. Ace, our big, big solid defenseman. Not big, but like,
We know what you mean.
The person we look to just to be solid on defense kind of thing. So, Mo was communicating with me that like I might need to fill more of a defensive role this year, and I was kind of confused about that at first. I was like, I'm just a short girl. I thought you brought me in for offense kind of thing. But he's like, no, we're gonna dial you back this year and just focus on your defense first. So that's been huge. Like last year, I was definitely the leading defenseman on our team for most odd man rushes against me. It was brutal. And this year,
good stat.
Throw that stat out there. But this year dialed that in, and it shows the trust that the coaches have in me, and the respect that I have in the coaches, and trust that process, because it wasn't easy. I mean, my mindset's always like, oh, I want to score. I want to create that game-winning situation kind of thing. But yeah, just dialed in the defense first and then the offense.
I mean, yeah, winning breakthrough of the year. Like, I saw it too. I was like, Sophie, you're killing it. And I was like, I gotta put her name down because like she took on that role, like, and I saw it, and it was definitely something she didn't think she had to do, but she stepped into it like perfectly, and I was like. I was like, yeah, I know. She probably wants to like take it off.
Exactly.
But no,
Way less eye contact with the boys.
Yeah. All right, one more question for you. I think your team has so much energy. If you guys were in like a dance till you drop type competition.
Whoa.
Yeah.
dance till we drop.
You would be up there.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But I don't know. Besides
till you drop?
us.
Oh, Brooklyn
Brit.
Adams has definitely showed her, what would you say?
Her
Artistic side.
Yes. Yeah, good
Her artistic
word.
side.
Good
Thank
word.
you.
Yeah, definitely
She's
breaking out of her shell.
breaking out of her shell. Yeah, she's been a hoot to be around.
Yeah, just like the dance circles we have too. I think that just shows a little bit of everyone's side. Like just like break loose and have some fun. And but I don't know. I feel like Brielle could go too.
She'd have the endurance.
Yeah, she would.
You don't
She
do anything
would.
special.
No.
You just got to be moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bobbing, vibing.
That's good. And then who would be out first?
Cool.
Like not having any of it.
Good question.
Well, based off of beep test data, Haley battles.
Actually, I think if you get battles in the right momentum, she could go.
She was very sick that day. We'll just give her that. Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. I don't want to throw anyone
Yeah,
under
we'll
the
leave
bus.
it at that. That's a tough one. That could be tough in the locker room.
Yeah.
Everyone's got great dance moves.
Yeah, everyone bounces off of each other, If you could like get people going who like might not wanna, but
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Final question. This one will be directed towards you, Sophia. We were talking about it a little bit coming over. Loud and proud and clear, so everybody hears it. Can you pronounce your name for us? Because we've been told every now and then a certain commentator is getting it wrong. So say the name.
I think both of them need to say their name because
I can-
people say
my
Brooklyn's last name
yeah.
wrong.
Brooklyn had no issue with it. Sophia specifically said, "Is this person going to be here today so I can tell them how to say my name?" So
Is it me?
No, Annie. Don't.
Oh, okay.
She's like,
No. Okay, now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sophia. Last name too.
Yeah.
Okay, Adamek.
Okay, and it's Sophia and not what?
Sophie.
Okay, it's not Sophie. All right. Old Rhett McGibbon's been calling her Sophie.
Oh, Rhett.
And, on our way over, I was like, "Oh, Rhett's not going to be here today." She's like, "Oh shoot, I wanted to tell him how to say my name."
Oh, man.
I hold nothing against you.
Yeah.
That's great. He loves it. Yeah, he'll love it. Wait, so how do you say your last
it's
name?
Beauchamp, but like some people say Beauchamp, which is fine,
I think everyone says Beauchamp.
Yeah.
which is good. I've had some weird one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, but how did I not hear that? Maybe it was just too regular.
It makes you feel better. She played 4 years. She was the captain. I had no idea how to say Rihanna's name.
Yeah.
I always
That's
called her
why we all call her
Rihanna.
Ree.
I have
You
no
said
idea what
Ree.
her last name is. So
Spaniard.
yeah, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, ladies, I don't know. You have anything
Sorry, no, I was gonna say Gosh is on year 3 and then.
Oh yeah.
else? Wait, yes, because like someone told me Zasha, and then I'll be like Zasha, and then people will be like, "Do you mean Zosha?" And I was like, "I thought it was Zasha." Like, I don't know. So it's good to know that Zasha.
Yes.
Anyone was concerned.
And your brother's name is what?
Mike.
Mike. Okay. All right.
Please say Mike Jr.
Oh, he likes that?
Yeah. He loves
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, but I call him
Is he
all the
like-
time.
it. Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is Michael like not acceptable?
No, I'm totally kidding.
No, yeah, it's Michael.
It's Michael, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, ladies, thank you so much for the time. Great having you. Congrats on the natty.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. This has
job,
been
girls.
fun.
Having us.
What a fun pair there. Kerr, I'm jealous that you get to be in the training room with them because it just seems like a ton of smiles, a ton of laughs, and when it comes game time, they are very locked in and focused, and the product shows on the ice.
It's the women are special. They can have fun with each other on and off the ice, but they always come ready to win. And you might not see it from the conversation that we just had between those two, but Brookelyn is so competitive with herself, with her team. she's walking out of the weight room more frustrated some days than bubbly like you just saw, because she just holds herself to such a high standard and expectation. And then obviously Sophia, she's put in so much work throughout her life, throughout her time here at Liberty, to make the plays that she did at Nationals, right? So it's such a great combination when they can be loose, have fun, but know when it's game time and know when to lock it in.
Yeah, Sophia's testimony was awesome to hear as well. I mean, just great stories when you hear things like that. We turn our attention to Prospect Camp, which is coming up really soon here, 24th to 26th, in like 2 days, Pat. So the next time we talk to you guys, Prospect Camp will be wrapped up.
Yeah.
What are you most excited for?
Well, this pod will air during Prospect Camp, so but yeah, I think I'm just excited to hopefully see some good recruits, help add to the Liberty culture, right? Like, it's not just about getting talented hockey players here, but it's also about getting guys that want to be here and buy into the culture that Liberty has, and hopefully the culture that each of the respective teams set to. So hopefully those guys are, in the words of Brett Thune, ready to go to war.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely. And you just to touch on it again, we want to find the right people, right? A lot of our teams have the winning formula and culture, and success has come. We don't just want the best players. We just want the right people to fit into what we have going on here.
Yeah, and it's awesome. I mean, talking with people that we did today, it seems like it's mutual on both sides. They've been doing a great job of bringing in people who are fully bought into the Liberty culture, and then you're seeing the product on the ice. So it's awesome. They're looking to keep that going. But guys, we're excited for Prospect Camp. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Rock the Rink podcast. We'll see you guys next time.